against us because of that turbulence. But you would think we'd be going faster because got a giant float. Right.
Right, I know that you try to keep the ROV positively buoyant.
Yeah. All right. We've been getting at a last minute blue water watch. Questions, trivia, comments, concerns, suggestions. I could send out a survey. See how we did.
All right, 2 beams. Okay, got 3 beams now. We have 113 meter altitude here. Let's plan to all stop at 70 meter altitude and then come down together.
All right. Doodle-doodle-doot. All right. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Hope people are enjoying our commentary. Try to keep it light.
Yeah, more people are just starting to tune in from around the world.
Oh.
So if you're just tuning in, we're just about reaching the bottom of this geo, this unnamed geo, right? Geo or geo near Johnston Atoll in the Pacific Remote Islands Marine National Monument. So join us as we explore potential high-density biological communities and nodule fields in the area. So send in your questions and we'll kind of pass them along to our team.
All right.
That's
All right.
awesome.
Do you want to go ahead and come to an all stop here?
Coming to an all stop. All stop.
Raj. And then I'll come underneath you. We'll turn to 115.
Copy.
Is that correct there, Chris? 115?
Correct, yes.
Great.
All right, switching over to manual control.
Raj. All right.
How fast you want to go down?
Stand by. I'm just gonna get underneath you first. Let's go down at like 20. 15, 20. Yeah.
Delta.
Yeah, delta.
That sounds good to me.
But let me get underneath you first.
I am now descending, following after you.
Oh no, you're all good. If you want to stop that for a sec.
Oh yeah, stopping.
And then go ahead and bring your head to 115.
Bringing head to 115.
Yeah. Yeah, if you don't have enough play.
Just trying to decide which way I want to go. All right. Head at 115.
Raj.
Got you in my scopes.
Roger that. Yeah, look at that slope is already there.
All right.
Alrighty. We can go ahead and come on down.
Do we want to, before we go, we want to do any white balancing and stuff like that? And do we want to get rid of this?
Oh yeah, we can get rid of that. And then we'll white balance when we hit the C4.
Copy. Coming down?
Seems like you're actually swinging a bit.
I think you're pulling, if anything. But see you. It is, yeah, you are right.
Let's just see how the vehicle settles out. Maybe there's some layback. I was pulling on you while we were going down.
You're now at 23.
Yeah. Yeah, we can go ahead and come on down a bit.
Copy.
Very cool.
Oh, man. Oh, we made it. Control, we made touchdown.
First view of the bottom in this location.
Very cool.
I saw it first. Dips.
Do you call land ho?
Call it land ho. Alright, I'll get centered up here and then we can do our white balance.
Oh, man, this one's it's really blown up on my end. That's no fun. Oh, I guess we can turn down the iris on this one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry. So I can,
Ah, there you go.
there we go.
As my eyes gleam with joy.
Alright, I'll park it here.
Ooh, that's a harsh delta. All right, I'm excited, everyone.
Everyone's still awake?
Oh, we got to send the chocolate around or what?
Yeah, I think it's looking great so far. Well developed iron manganese botryoidal surfaces, pebble basalts.
I am ready to take on this day.
Alright. Mm-hmm. We know how that works out for you here.
Okay. My checklist requests that you turn off the porch lights and the lasers.
Oh, porch light, Raj. Okay, well then I should get you a bit better What happens when you go down on a cliff, I guess. You said porch light needs to be off for that, yeah?
Yeah, porch lights off and lasers off.
Reg. Find you some right. Might be too dark. Let me know if I need to be up more in the lights.
Yeah, it does seem pretty dark. Can you get up any higher?
Yeah, we're just against a wall, unfortunately. It's like out here is kind of the best spot here. You want to come up on the delta and let me know if we need to move? Alright, actually, stand by. So at least gives it a little bit more playroom there. Much better.
Very nice.
Alright,
Can I zoom in?
go ahead.
All right.
And sorry, Tim, I'm going to do one jog to the right here because you're good.
Okay.
The pan and tilt's been wandering when we look to the left.
Okay. In we go. Focus. And all right, we'll call that good. And all right, I'm gonna black balance.
Reg.
Okay. Okay. Looks good. And now for the white balance. Okay. And I think we're good.
Roger that. Nice job. All right, Kevin, what you guys want to do? Take
You
a
might
rock
wanna,
here or keep
yeah,
going?
grab a rock right off the bat.
All right, I'm going to get out a bit in front of Atalanta.
Okay.
All right. Now the dive starts. Now we're coming up to our 2:30 o'clock show. Dive 8, 1927.
As we get settled and moving here, is the still camera on?
I can check it. It should be, yes.
Okay, I will try again to connect to it.
Let us know, we'll try power cycling it.
Do you mind coming up a bit on the delta, please? All right, Kevin, this is a much more comfortable position for us, so I'll sit down and give a poke.
Yeah, everything looks pretty welded here, but we can see what we find.
Yeah, it kind of does, huh? I'll come off bottom a bit. Maybe there's a good pocket.
Maybe in this general area, I don't know. Those seem kind of big, but
Yeah.
oh, maybe not. Nah, they look pretty welded as we get closer.
How about the ones off to the left here? The one that's kind of sticking out?
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can try it. It looks kind of like it's sitting on top. It's hard to tell until you poke it.
Yeah.
Things seem tinted.
What's that?
Maybe it's just me. It seems kind of tinted.
The rock?
No, this the image.
Yeah, the image is definitely pinkish.
Okay, we can try the white balance again.
Yeah.
Thanks for saying something.
That seems to be in there.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a great rock anyway. I
Didn't
say now
want
that
you
I was
anyway.
rejected.
Didn't want you anyway.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think we can keep moving until we find a looser spot.
Roger.
Did we want to rebound white balance?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's do that now.
Do you have the space?
Thank you for reminding me about that. Craft seems kind of jumpy.
Oh, the porch light would be off.
I want to try it with the porch light on and see if the color's better.
I mean,
We'll
don't
be
want
flying
to.
mostly with the porch light off, though, so maybe.
Yeah, maybe that's why. Let's try that.
All right.
Yeah.
The craft is just resting. That could be good. I think that's good.
You can go ahead and push on in there, please.
Zooming in.
Can't really. There you go.
Can you bring it back a little bit? The arm, or I'm instructed to fill the frame as much as I can with the...
Okay, about there.
Yeah, let's give this a shot. All right, so let's try the black balance. Wait for it to go dark?
Sure thing.
Okay.
Yeah, his bubble looked more white, and I was like, that's not right.
All right, and the white balance.
There you go. Solid.
That was a good catch.
All right, zooming out.
I'm trying the whole radio play thing that we were talking about. Now that we're here, do you got any, oh my god, I blanked out.
Rocks?
Questions? Any questions on that?
Rocks.
Any questions about these? Any comments, concerns? Engagement, that's what I'm looking for. Looking for audience engagement. It's like a live show.
Yeah, so we have a question coming in about what is delta. I think you all were communicating and said delta. Someone tuning in wants to know what that means.
Yeah, so the delta is the, is just short for the delta depth, which is the distance between
0.3 good?
from
Slower?
Argus to Herc, like that
Okay.
vertical distance. And usually we want to keep that around 15 usually. Sometimes it goes to 20. And sometimes if we need to, we can go a little lower. But for operational purposes, we don't want that delta to be,
115.
we do
0.3
not
knots.
want it 0. And we definitely do not want it negative. Because that would mean that Argus, or Atalanta
Correct.
in this case, would be under Herc. And that's no bueno for operations with a tether. So that's what delta is usually is.
If not, we'll slow down.
If you
Or we'll
if you
crash.
hear us say that, that's what that means. And thank you for the question. That was
So 15 meters.
so yeah, 15 meters is
Apparently.
the current delta, and that's what
Okay.
we try to keep it at. Well, that's where Jess likes it. Jess is the boss right now.
Yeah. Single digit deltas are a little less comfortable.
Yeah, unless you're a cowboy.
Unless you're a cowboy.
So I still can't communicate to the still camera. Is there a chance we can power cycle it as we move along here?
Yes, I'll go ahead and do that now.
Thank you.
And it's coming off. Give that 30 seconds or so. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and try to pop it back on.
All right.
Chris, what's the length of the dive, or the total distance we have to cover?
Stand by. Maybe 7 kilometers?
7 kilometers, Raj. Same thing.
I miss Argus.
What happened to Argus?
There was like a thruster issue, where one and then eventually both thrusters went out on Argus. Not gonna go on the details there. I sound really guilty. It's not. This happened before I even got here. Yeah, so Argus is, and it's one of those things where we can't repair it right away. We swapped out for Atalanta, which is basically mini Argus. Like, it's about half the size, maybe a little less
Yeah, something like that.
than half. And there's a noticeable difference. Argus is chunky. It's a chunky boy, and takes the heaves and the swells a lot better than Atalanta here. I mean, Atalanta's cool. You know, I'm not gonna try to diss on Atalanta too much. Again.
Are
But
we in
yeah,
a position to poke around here, or no? Are we waiting on the ship?
Yeah, while we're waiting for the ship move to swing, yeah, we can grab quick. This looks like there's some moving stuff here.
moving rocks. Is that a good brightness for you?
Oh,
Yeah, that should be all right.
Okay.
All right. I'll just poke around, see if anything comes.
Yeah.
Consolidated.
Didn't want that one anyway.
This one.
That one looks eager. Yeah.
Yeah. It is not
Yep.
eager.
That one's a liar.
We don't want liars in our bin.
Yeah. No, we don't want liar rocks. Liarite.
Yeah, I think these are all welded in here too.
Yeah, looks like it.
Surprisingly welded.
Yeah, sometimes it's just a thin layer of sediment right above it and makes it look so loose.
Yeah.
Oh, I should probably do like a bottom depth thing.
Kevin, can you kind of go in detail about what we're seeing here? What kind of rocks we're looking at?
Can I still bubble?
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
These
Thank
are
you.
kind of, we're on a ridge feature that leads up to a geo. So these are essentially pillow basalts. So they're basaltic lava flows that kind of very slowly effuse out of a vent. And as they effuse out, they kind of cool and they get this rounded crust of glass. And then they kind of inflate from the inside a little bit. So they get these pillow-like structures. That's going to make up most of the probably ridge as we go up it until we start getting to shallower depths. Then we might start seeing other things. Yeah, and then on top of it is just going to be debris from the kind of platonic debris from the top of the ocean. Things like little calcite shells and fecal matter and other things that just kind of rain down over time and make a very fine-grained sediment that coats everything.
Sorry, we'll try one more time. We're still waiting a little bit on the swing. So,
Sounds good.
let's see here.
nice.
Oh man, of course I wasn't looking.
Surveillance. Are you able to squeeze it a little bit just to make sure it doesn't break?
Sure. Yeah, we can zoom in on it a bit and squeeze it.
Give it some full beans.
Go ahead and push on it, please.
That it is indeed a rock.
Yeah, sometimes it's all crust and it can crack when you squeeze it.
All right, so I'm on full grip force now, squeezing.
Yeah, that looks great to me.
Okay. And then science, if you want your screen grabs. Okay, pull wide, please.
Full wide.
Okay, well, this.
Can I steal the bubble for the armpit there? Great, thank you.
Uh-oh.
All right.
I'm gonna turn off porch light so you can get a better
Sure thing.
view of the arm there.
Would you mind opening up that starboard bin too, please?
Bup. Hey, coming up.
Reg. And then we'll have to boogie, so that works out pretty nicely.
Boogie, oogie, oogie.
To you, Charles.
Do we have yellow light? Or is that just me?
It's hard visibility here, hey? All right, looks like it's solidly in D there. Everyone else agree? Yeah. It is now in D. You can go ahead and close up that box, and then we'll have to boogie.
What sample number was that?
021.
Okay.
Switching over salvos. All right.
All right.
Thank you.
At least we got you your rock.
Start making our way towards waypoint 2 and see if there's any critters on the ridge over here.
Roger that. Out of curiosity, when do they want Niskin samples for eDNA? Do they also want it when we touch down pretty much, or?
No, we can go ahead and wait till we start seeing a little more.
Roger. All right, coming up. Some catch up to play again. And then coming up on your delta there.
Yep. Which way are we
We'll go.
swinging?
We're swinging up to the hill.
Which is
Around 115.
5? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to orient myself on the sonar, making sure that's the right way. I'm trying to
Sea cucumber?
sea pickle.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll just get out in front of the vehicles real quick, and then we'll have plenty of time to play.
That would have been funny if the rock swam away, just like the sea pickle that was. That was an incident that shall not be named.
No, that one should be named. That's Comet Gold right there.
We'll call it the pickle incident.
It has been pickled.
Man, this is steep.
Yeah. Kevin, you're off SPL if you're...
Oops, sorry. You can kind of see on the bottom of the screen now when the flow rate of these basalts increase, so either they're going down a steeper slope or they're slightly less viscous, they start to kind of converge and they form these lobate flows, which are kind of like elongated pillow flows almost. So you kind of see one coming and superimposed right there.
Yeah, that's cool. Thanks for that description. Could you actually estimate a speed on it, or is it just sort of relative, like slow, medium, and fast?
I'm sure there's people who could estimate a speed. I don't know. To me, it's just slow, medium, fast. So pillows being the slowest. and lobate slightly faster.
Oh, we're going down now?
Yeah.
I like it. Okay.
It's cool. It like falls away here. It looks like it crumbled.
Yeah, sometimes you can have a large flow basically detach and go downhill, kind of break off as a cohesive unit, like a kind of a landslide.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have time, but those are some nice looking rocks.
Do you want another rock?
Yeah, let's grab one more, just in case it's all cemented up ahead.
Interesting.
You
Okay.
can kind of see where these rocks are coming from, because there's the collapsed lava flow right to the right.
Yeah, we don't have too much time.
Okay, that's fine if you
I mean, we could stop the ship move if you'd like.
can.
Go ahead.
No, let's just keep moving for now.
Roger. Also, Chris, do you mind giving a DVL reset when you get a chance?
Yep.
Sounds good. I did just learn how to do that.
Reset.
Just give me a moment.
Thank you, sir.
Oops. There we go.
Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
Oh, wow. The Norbit data is really interesting.
Oh yeah, man, that thing's so cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, steep.
I could put that one up too.
The Norby?
Yeah. So this is our. This is Hercules' sonar. On channel 3, that gives you the topography.
A little stalked sponge that just went by.
Oh no. Single dig. Oh, a little fishy in the butt cam.
Oh, yeah.
Bulbous bouffant. Oh man, we only have an hour left.
That's the right answer. We only have an hour left.
Only have an hour left.
The first people ever to see this, right? Nobody
Yeah.
else has been diving here, yeah?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Good point.
It's a very good way to look at it.
Yeah. Hopefully our fans. I hope you have a fan base now. You know, don't forget to like and subscribe.
We saw this before it was cool.
Yeah, share, like, and
Yeah.
subscribe. All this. This is all brand new. Try to get this on the. We're trying to get on Time Magazine.
Geological Time magazine. No, okay. Too far. Too far.
No.
Hey, I mean,
It made Tim laugh.
yeah.
I appreciate the sentiment.
Time, Scientific American, Nature, any of them. I find it very interesting that there's like there's definitely is a current, you know, because I could see the Herc moving, when you're not thrusting in a certain direction.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no evidence of the current in the sediment
Yeah.
like there usually is in other dives that I've been in, where you can see where the current's pushing the sediment. It's not the case here.
That's a good point. Sometimes there'll be a really strong current area, and the only way that you can tell is when you let go of the sticks. Then you're like, I promise you, like, there's a heavy current here. There's no way to visually show you this besides taking my hands off the stick, but.
Oh, you can, yeah. You can also tell when there's a current when Dan's flying.
Why?
Why? Oh, when he lands. He's a hard lander.
Oh.
You just see a cloud storm just coming in hot.
So the clearing then would.
It's like, oh, there's a current on it. Oh, if you're lucky, there's a current, because then it cleans out nicely.
Mm.
Well, you got to stick the landing, right?
Yeah. Unless you got bad luck like Mike, and then take over the watch from Dan in a cloud storm.
That is an interesting question, though. How do you decide? You have a whole mountain. You got 24 hours. How do you decide ahead of time where to go? How are the dives planned, I guess, is my question.
Typically, we try to find obviously a medium between the geology and biology goals. But one of the main things we look at is deep sea current models for the area, and we try to see, where do the strongest currents indicate food might be, brought to filter feeders. And then on top of that, there's feasibility. So this spot actually has somewhat low currents modeled, which is kind of evident when you look at the sedimentary features. But the other two ridges that went up to the geo kind of kept going up and down. And since we can't go down, we went with this track, which kind of is continuously up. So it's also, there's not a lot of areas that would be good matches for this dive. So yeah, we're looking at the topography, currents, where do we think the best rocks are, and then ultimately always looking for high density communities if possible. And part of this expedition, we're really trying to characterize deep benthic fauna, so 3,000 or greater meters below sea level. And there's usually, obviously, less critters at that depth, but they're also unique and sensitive.
Thanks, Kevin.
Is the sextant working? I forgot to ask. After I power cycled it.
Back row, have you guys been able to get good data from the sextant?
The camera?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's working.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
I didn't realize it was called the sextant.
Oh.
Seems like it should be a navigation tool, not a...
Yeah. They co-opted the name.
Oh, a cool shot from Atalanta.
You're welcome.
It's like a neat little depression almost.
Of course, I start wobbling as soon as you say something.
Oh, we have a pretty hard return coming up. Oh, never mind. You already cleared it.
There's one lone little, is that a coral? We passed it. A sea pen or a coral or something in the sediment. Oh, maybe that's another one, I can't tell.
Did you want to look at it?
Sure.
Reg.
I don't know what that one is. The other one was tannish.
I'll just do a quick zoom. You go ahead and push on in there, partial.
Partial zoom.
Yep.
That is a depression in the mud? No, that's a sponge.
That is sediment.
That looks like a sponge.
It might be the base of a sponge, but I can't.
Oh, I see
I'm
what
not
I
you're
can
looking
go
at.
farther if you
I see
want.
what you're looking at. I see what you're looking at.
Oh. Yeah, go ahead if you want to.
Might
there,
also be
Tim.
part of a xenophyophore.
There we go.
It's interesting if you look at Atlanta, there's like a whole track of sediment.
Yeah, you can get sediment
Alright,
chutes
full wide, please.
essentially
Wide.
on seamounts where it's kind of a channel where the sediment kind of goes down.
Oh, why is that? Like, is that just...
It's following probably some weakness, either a fault line or not fault line, probably like a fractures or an area where the seamount collapsed at some point.
Gotcha.
There's a fish.
That's a really cool Atlanta shot.
Yeah, to get close to the single ditch. That's where all the good ones are. That one's for the gram. I'll have whoever who is in charge of social media this expedition do it. I'll do it. I don't care.
You can request to do an Instagram takeover.
Oh, I don't know about that. That's a lot. That's a lot of pressure.
I'm just saying, it's a 3-week cruise, so
There's a big old sponge to the top left.
We're getting good shots in the still cam.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look at that. Little floaty. Little floaty fella. I wish we could put speakers so we can talk to these things.
Go ahead and push on in there a bit, please.
zooming in.
That's pretty cool. I'm gonna try out the scaling lasers there. Get a nice shot of this.
Yeah. Lasers are on.
Roger that.
Sorry.
See if we can look a little bit down it. Very cool. Very dainty, almost.
Ooh, little fish, little fishy guy. Little top right there.
I got some more zoom if you want it.
Sure thing. Go ahead.
Whoa. Put the porch line on real quick.
Sure.
There's something on its stalk, and I don't know what it is. It's hard to see. Little
Oh,
white
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
barnacle, snail, something.
Almost looks like a nudibranch.
All right, we'll have to get going, but full wide, please.
Wide.
Yeah, right above you.
Roger that.
Right above you.
Is that a song?
I do that sometimes. I apologize.
Spontaneous composition.
It's fun. That's improv coming out of you there too.
It's also 3 o'clock in the morning.
That's very true.
Oh, okay, you already did that.
Another stalk sponge.
Sorry, I'm just gonna make up for some lost time here.
We're already into more sponges than we saw on the last dive.
Yeah.
Or at least living sponges.
Thanks, Chris.
Pop over a bit. There you go. Look at that. Now that's ROV and
Cool crest here.
Yeah, it's nice. Surprised there aren't any sponges on it.
man, I keep forgetting to get like a giant like whiteboard sticker type thing to put on the top of Herc so we can white balance Atlanta and Argus.
I'd be at a very set depth and delta and all that stuff.
That would be,
Right now, just zoom in. That'd be rad if you know
it
it.
would be magical. I mean, I can zoom at Atlanta. I'm not sure you want me to. Just thinking about how much she moves around. So,
Boom, right there.
What's this? Is there alteration here on the rock?
Ooh.
Go ahead and push on in there a bit, please. Or is that an encrusting sponge? No, it looks like alteration, right?
Yeah, it might be. It's hard to tell from here.
Looks like it's on the underside.
Yeah, it looks maybe like the altered interior of a pillow that cracked. You can kind of see it up in the top of the screen.
Yeah.
It has that tannish color.
Neat.
Unless it's a siliceous concretion, but I don't think so.
Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. Good eye. Yeah, that's what a heavily altered basalt looks like on the inside.
Full wide, please.
full wide.
So that must have collapsed more recently than most of this feature because it's not recovered in manganese. Some nice blocky lavas.
Atlanta's sonar resolution is very mosaic-y right now for some reason.
Oh yeah, increase the scan speed on it.
Okay.
I was going for the stained glass approach. Abstract stained glass.
Inspired by the glass sponges from earlier.
The cathedral sponges. Yeah.
constantly playing that game is that sediment or is that a white coral branch?
Is that sediment?
Yeah,
Spoiler, it's always sediment.
all the little cracks. It's like, is it? The follow-up to that game is it a coral branch or is it an ophiuroid arm?
Yeah.
That one doesn't roll off the tongue as quickly and easily though, hey? Or is it cemented? That's another game that we play.
Oh yeah. There's some critter right in the middle of the sediment.
Yeah, I see it.
As far as taxonomy, some critter is about as far as I go.
It's one of those that we just saw, actually.
It's,
Oh yeah, it's another one of those guys.
it's one of those critters.
Critters. Yeah.
The real
Go ahead
question
and push
is,
on in there again, please.
Zooming in.
the real question is that sediment? Oh no, that's definitely something. And if it is sediment, that's kind of weird that someone came by and just made that.
I think that's a xenophyophore.
Interesting. Full wide, please.
Full wide.
It's interesting, it has the same kind of stalked structure as the last one.
Mm.
Oh,
So what phylum is that in? Xenophylophore?
I think they are a protist, and that's actually a giant single-cell organism.
That is one cell?
That is one cell
Oh my
with
gosh.
many nuclei.
Very
They're
cool.
a really, really weird animal.
I mean,
Animal.
That blows my mind. That's cool.
what?
That's one cell.
What, that thing we just saw?
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Makes sense.
Imagine
I mean,
it.
doesn't make sense.
That's a
but-
big cell.
Well, I mean, isn't like an egg like
Both a lot of really weird structures on it.
a kind of like a one cell type deal?
You're right. That is one cell as well. You got me.
And there's ostrich eggs, and those things are huge.
That one made a castle. You know what I mean?
What? An ostrich egg?
No,
Oh,
the xenophyophore.
So is it sort of like an amoeba-like thing where it kind of reaches out and grabs stuff, or?
They're a foraminiferan, technically.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And they will grow in all different forms. So some form those leaves, and some form these really ribbon-like structures that are really elaborate.
I am still looking for loose rocks, it's just everything seems pretty well cemented.
Raj.
Or too large.
If you guys, is this speed a bit too quick for you, or we can also go a little bit slower?
I think this is fine for now, at least until we hit waypoint 2.
Okay.
cool. I'm liking it. Cooking with gas now.
Cooking with gas. Speed over ground, 0.3 knots. A brisk walking pace.
Yeah.
No. That's a quarter of brisk walking space.
Okay. Fine.
I was gonna say this is
You
a good
walk at
swim.
about 3 knots. So?
I walk at about 0.3 knots. I take life slow.
Yeah.
Do-do, do-do-do-do, do-do.
How about a brisk mosey? Would that be correct?
I don't know. I think might be like infant crawling speed, I think is about what we're doing.
Nah,
Makes it sound a lot less cool.
I think it's gonna be a lot. I'm pretty sure an infant crawling is a little bit faster. So
Might be, yeah.
Can we zoom in on that? Is that a fish?
especially an
Right in
excited
the
one.
middle.
Where? Sorry?
Pretending to be a rock straight ahead.
Oh, right by the lasers.
That? Are you sure it's not just a rock? Go ahead and push on in, please.
Is it just a rock?
Is that a rock?
It's
Looks
just
like a
got,
rock.
It's a
oh yeah,
rock.
it's a rock with brown stuff on it. Never mind.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
follow
thought it was
me,
like
Like a
some
fish.
sort of
What?
yeah, like a camouflage type fish.
like a sculpin is what you guys are thinking of, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, I want a sculpin. That sounds tasty.
Good.
We crossed a feature I think called Sculpin Ridge on the
Yeah.
way down.
Hey, you learn how you learn. How are we
More
doing?
sponge skeletons appearing.
Let's see. Oh, gotta bring that delta. Oh, watch that delta. I'm like hovering between like good shots and good delta. As long as the limit of the delta approaches 0 is not divergent. Convergent? I forgot the term. It was a math joke on awry. Let's get integral.
Calculus jokes. They're such knee slappers.
Yeah. It's calculus, not calculu.
What? Oh, what is this? Holotherian? Oh, I have no idea. I'm gonna go ahead and push on in there a bit, please. Oh yeah. Weird.
Oh, very cool.
Oh, nice little jelly?
I'm not sure
No.
what that is.
I don't think that's a jelly.
Or
It almost looks like one of those hooded nudibranchs.
well, it's not a
Yeah,
plastic
it looks
bag.
almost like a nudibranch or a tunicate.
A tourniquet?
Tunicate.
Tunicate. I'm sorry.
I haven't seen that before.
Now, is that that blob in the middle, is that part of it, or do you think that's something it's digesting?
My guess is that's part of its gut.
Okay. Is it coming towards us?
Wow.
Oh, it looked like it was actually turning towards us.
Yeah, let me get a bit more stable.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's neat. I've seen that before. Okay, full eye, please.
Full wide. Good eye.
Yeah, that's weird. Something squishy.
Well, we got some great screen grabs, so hopefully we can get an ID on that.
Roger that.
I don't want to try to find it. I would only get distracted. There's Huck traversing this expanse.
Sorry, this is a bit fast. Just need to catch up.
Hey, I'm down with it. Oh man, I'm missing the season finale of Obi-Wan.
Isn't it on demand?
Well, yeah, but I'm not gonna stream it out here. We gotta watch that Wi-Fi intake. Right? Right? But yes, it is. I just don't want to feel like I'm behind in the pop culture, you know?
Especially as a radio talk show host.
Exactly. Like, did you catch the last episode of blah, blah, blah? Talk about a cliffhanger. It was such a big cliffhanger, they should have just called it Untold. Ah, waka waka. Hello there. Man, I am loopy. Wow. Oh man, we only have half an hour left. Only half an hour? Man,
40 minutes.
40 minutes. It's basically half an hour.
What's on your wish list for sightings for the rest of the watch?
Coral, lots of coral.
Whale fall. Oh, it's always the whale fall.
I'll add
Next to a bunch of coral.
Growing coral. A whale fall with coral on it.
I'll kind of do.
I have a possible ID on that swimming. It was a mollusk.
Oh,
And
really?
there is a photo of one from the Okeanos Guide, and it's a pterotracheoidea, which my guess is it's a pteropod of some kind, which is basically a swimming snail with no shell.
Interesting.
oh, it's like a slug.
Yeah, it's a big pteropod. Cool.
That's cool.
So it's tarot like starting with a P,
Yep, starting with a P.
silent P. All right.
Like the dinosaur. Like a pterodactyl.
It's like, which dinosaur is this?
Silent letters are funny. Like they're just showing up to the show. No, you include me now. Oh, interesting.
The old boulder.
Cool.
And then on the boulder, some stalk sponges and
It looks like a dead stalk sponge.
yeah.
So the only thing with some relief locally, like, some height off the ground, had organisms growing on it.
That's a good point.
It's a painfully small sample size, but yeah.
Yeah.
There, what's that? Is that just a rocky outcrop
That
there?
that looks like a scary rock. But it's like really, really big.
Some
Yeah.
kind of.
Should be coming. There's some right there.
I think
too.
it was a cucumber.
That's a sea pickle.
Oh, yeah. It's kind of by our bumper now. Did you guys need to look at that, or
Oh no, we can keep on cruising.
roger that?
I'm moseying. There's a coal right there.
First one of the watch. Little bamboo coral.
Looks like, yeah, single stalk bamboo.
Oh, we got it. Let's go. Come back up.
Does the still camera have pan and tilt on it?
No. It's fixed to the bumper,
Okay.
to the porch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think once we get towards waypoint 2, it might be worthwhile to stop and just poke around for a little bit, see if we can find a loose rock.
Yeah, Reg.
Ooh, what's this? Shrimp.
A little shrimp.
Showing off, swimming backwards.
So we have a viewer tuning in, and they're suggesting that we should call our watch team name Sea Pickle. What do you
Done.
all think?
Ship it. We are the
Watch
sea pickles.
Sea Pickle.
We are the sea pickles.
Sea Pickles.
Yeah.
That
Not-
is
not to be-
interesting.
Yeah, yeah. Not to be confused with the freshwater pickles. Yeah.
Those are cucumbers, right?
Right, which are cucumbers. Exactly.
Okay. Crinoid there.
It goes both ways.
Does that mean that we are kind of pickled and vinegary in our witty
Yeah.
banter?
Yes.
Reg.
But like all good things, like all the good things are fermented, right? Cheese, chocolate,
Kimchi.
wine, kimchi.
Kimchi wine.
All the good things are fermented and brined.
That's true.
Oh man, it blew my mind when I found out that chocolate is fermented.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, it looks kind of gross when they're taking it out of the pods. It's so gross. But yeah, it's it blew my mind. Needless to say.
Interesting.
Watched a lot of like food cooking type shows and like deep dives into food histories on the Netflix.
Here's another boulder with another
Sponge
sponge. A long
or
sponge.
remains of a sponge.
That was a beautiful approach.
The reveal.
Yeah.
We'll see what's living on it, yeah?
Sure.
Go ahead and push on in a wee bit.
But yeah, it's official. We're the sea pickles.
Okay, roger that.
All dropped up shirts.
Are these hydrozoans on this? What's the, or just little anemones?
Probably little hydroids.
Hydroids. Interesting. Pull wide, please.
Pull wide.
Unless anyone objects to sea pickle, we can start taking in, you know, we'll do hashtag sea pickle, come in with the designs for patches.
So yeah, we have to decide, is it the sea pickles, plural, or just sea pickle?
Oh,
Or is it sea pickles with a Z
yeah.
to make sure it's extra cool?
Is it going to be like, yeah, that's a really good question. Are we each sea pickles or we are sea pickle?
I think we are sea pickle.
We are sea pickle.
Interesting.
You know, like it's Lakers, not each is a Laker. You know.
Are we a jar of pickles?
Well, we are in an atoll. It's kind of bowl-shaped, right? Anyways, hashtag sea pickle. Come in with your designs. Public crowdfunding designs for patches.
There's a nice long call.
It'd be hilarious if that's the expedition patch.
Another bamboo.
Another bamboo coral.
Do you guys want to look at it?
I'm down for that.
Yeah, we can get a zoom on the polyps.
Sure. I'm going to sit down here.
Ooh, profile shot.
Am I still swinging? Oh, you guys stay there for a bit?
No, I'm going to pick up and move. I just wanted to get him a little bit of a shot. What's that? Oh. Go ahead and push on in there a bit, please.
Zoom it in.
Go ahead and go a bit tighter if you like.
Oh, these are cool.
Little spiky polyps.
Yeah, and I like how they're all on one side.
Yeah. All right, pull wide, please.
Full wide.
One of our scientists ashore, Asako, was pointing out that on that sponge stalk, there were also barnacles.
Mm.
Really?
Whoa!
Yeah, it's,
I get that feeling in your gut when you go over a hill or something, or come off a roller coaster every time that happens.
me too. Coming up. a bit faster.
Copy.
Another sea cucumber.
Big one.
Oh, wow, that was a big, that was a good one.
Sorry.
There's sea squashes.
Tim, is there any way to get the 3D sonar view on channel 3 or?
Done.
Awesome, thanks.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we have someone tuning in and they want to know a little bit more about the sonar that we have on channel 3. Can we talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so this is a Norbit multibeam. I've been this software here is what I've been working on for the past couple months. Basically, we're trying to fuse the navigation and make real-time visualizations and stuff as we go. So that's what you're seeing here.
Whoa, beautiful sponge.
Oh.
That's a nice sponge.
Too bad we're pretty much out of time here, but yeah, we can take a quick peek. Go ahead and push on in. Reduce my joy gain. Yeah. Got any more zoom there?
Totally.
The texture on the side's neat too. Okay, go ahead and come partial wide, please.
Partial wide.
And full wide, please.
Full wide.
All right. Yeah, I need to run. Run for the hills. Sorry, Chris, you can go ahead and...
So Chris, the yellow like voxels on your program, that's the real-time surface that you're trying to render?
Yeah, so the yellow are the recent returns, and they're color-coded by backscatter.
Oh.
So you can see right there, there's a dark streak from something. And then back here, you can see that it gets a little less there's like a little less resolution. That's the real-time gritter, just to simplify the model so we can keep track of all our coverage.
Nice. It's really cool.
Over time. Yeah, and that supports full like 3D and stuff, so if we have it forward facing, we don't have weirdness from like a 2D top-down grid. But as a result, you lose a little bit of resolution in Z. But
really cool.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
it really gives you an idea how steep this hill is.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, there you go.
You want to come up actually a bit? I want to get past this ridge that's coming up.
You coming up hot?
Yeah, I'm just going to come up hot and then reacquire.
Copy.
Whoops.
See these in the Atalanta view, these two massive boulders straight ahead.
Oh, yeah, wow.
Iceberg.
Chris, you want to stop that ship move, please?
Yep. Bridge nav, hold position.
Need you to keep coming up in case I need to be towed up.
I'm at 20 delta.
Yeah, you're gonna have to haul me up.
Bridge nav, hold position.
Yeah, my thrusters are slow right now. Cool.
Coming, coming up 25.
Yeah, now we're good. I'll reacquire.
We're good?
Yeah, I'm just gonna drive forward onto the wall.
Keep going, slow down. Stay where I'm at.
Stay where you're at, it's all good. That was fun. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Spontaneous boulders and spontaneous walls.
That was a nice boulder.
Oh, that scan of it looks incredible.
Mm. Yeah, sometimes if we come up against spontaneous cliffs, that wasn't a spontaneous cliff, but we'll have Argus or Atalanta, if worse comes to worse, haul Herc up if the thrusters aren't working fast enough.
Man, this is so steep.
Mm-hmm.
How steep is it? It is so steep. I want to make some tea.
I'm really hoping we come right over the lip into like a beautiful coral garden.
Oh, man. That'd be great. Da, 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 da.
Just had a stalked crinoid go by off the bottom of the screen.
Here's a question for you, Chris, about the multi-beam. So does it output a point cloud that you can then overlay on the dive map?
Yeah, it does. So it actually it puts a standardized oceanographic format that we can import into our post-processing software on the ship here, and every 15 minutes it makes a new chunk, and we can add those to the dive map and HiPAC as we go.
Cool.
I think I'm done swinging.
Nah, I think you have a ways. But we could add the next ship move in order to get to waypoint 2. Yeah, you still have about 100 meters layback.
You want to try to grab a rock here while the ship's not moving?
So the ship's not moving, but Argus is still moving. But
Oh.
yeah, did you want us to settle out and then take a grab? And then I think that's probably gonna be the last thing we do for our round.
Yeah, I think that's good. I don't know if anything's grabbable here, but there might be.
Okay.
Womp womp.
Okay, so we want to keep the ship moving up to
No.
waypoint 2, or?
No, I think they're gonna, let's wait for the vehicles
Okay.
to settle out and grab a rock.
Okay.
Now that's a screen grab. Oh, fish.
These formations seem to form almost plates.
Yeah. Right now we're on like the steepest edge of this kind of ridge, it looks like. Or, I don't know if it's the steepest, but you may get higher flow rates. And then what happens is the lava flow starts to cool, and then another flow comes on top of it. So you get these sheet flows when it's moving faster, but it looks like stacks of plates on top of each other.
Interesting. Are you guys, what type of rock are you guys looking for? Do you want a kind of a big globular one, or do you want one that's platy?
If there's a thick platy one, that would work, but these are probably all too thin. It's hard to tell.
Raj.
Yeah, maybe we'll just keep moving up.
Okay. Did you want us to, oh, we're going to hand over in about 7 minutes, but
I think we should just, yeah, let's just look around a little bit if we can for the next 7 minutes. And
sounds good.
yeah, the lithology changed a lot as soon as we went over that ridge.
Yeah.
Stalk sponge. Maybe somewhere down here.
Yeah, we can take a look.
Excellent.
Swimming crinoid to set the scene. Yeah, I think those seem a lot like they'd move.
Maybe start with this one.
Sure thing.
Oh man. So tired.
You're gonna grab that rocks on your screen there.
Say again?
You wanna grab the rocks on
Oh.
your screen?
Sure. I'll give you Which one are we trying to get at?
That's
One
one of the ones that are kind of above the lasers right now.
above the lasers.
Kind of the big blobby one.
Are we all turned on?
Yeah.
Right there, that's good.
And pull rack back.
Nope. We're a lot closer than I thought. Can you zoom in a little?
Zooming in.
That's good.
Holding here.
Oh yeah, all that stuff looks pretty good.
Oh. There you go, that was it.
Nice. Good job. Very nice. Let's get there. Tim, go ahead and push on in there again, please.
Zooming in.
Give her a spin.
Why is it not going? Oh.
Are you frozen? You're indexed, yeah. So press that.
There you go. That's
Is that a good rock for you guys there?
Yeah, it's a little thin, but I think it will work. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right, full wide, please.
Full wide.
Thank you.
And this will go into starboard small bins. So when you're pulling it around the side, since we have a tight clearance here, tuck the arm down like this and then trail the wrist to the side. So that's like the smallest configuration possible. Nice. That's looking good. Nice. And I'll follow you on the bubble there. All right, I'm gonna switch over to sample salvo now,
Yeah, go for it.
and then opening up the bin. And try going for C. So go ahead and shoulder out a bit. And then I'll have you wrist down away from the box. Nice. That's looking better.
Pretty good. Nope, sorry.
Oh,
Nice. That's looking good. Nice. Very cool. So for this part, to see that the sample actually goes into the bin, try wristing down, and then once you're over C, we'll have you rotate so that you can fit into the bin. Nice control though. It's nice that you're moving nice and controlled. Huh.
oh, it's jumpy.
That's good.
I think that's it.
Yep. Now go ahead and rotate your wrist. Nice. That's looking good. That's looking really good now.
Right there?
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
That should work. There you go.
Perfect.
Just to confirm, that went into 3C, correct?
That's correct. That went into starboard C. Nice. Nice job. And then I'm going to have you tuck it so that you're actually trailing the other way. So that you don't
Opposite of where I came in.
Yeah, so
I'm not
always having
hooking
the,
it. So I'm not hooking.
so you're not hooking into your piston, yeah.
I'm barbing, not hooking.
Yeah. Nice. Nice.
Oh. Huh? Yeah, first sample. Yeah. Awesome, thanks. All right, it was a good watch. Thanks for having me. I'll see you in approximately 12 hours. And, 8 hours, I should say. Have a good night, everybody.
Nice. I've already reported it.
All right, well, good morning, good afternoon, and good night, depending on where you are in the world. We just changed watch here on the EV Nautilus, and we're currently just looking at samples on the seafloor, trying to get what we can get, and try to get more cool rocks.
Okay, when everyone's settled in, let me know when you're ready for a ship move.
All set?
Yeah, we're all set back here.
Okay. Yep.
We can, yeah, kind of do a lazy rounding and towards waypoint 3.
Thing figured out here. Looks like it's time for a gauge check as well. Got it.
Oh.
Better? No problem.
So what are we looking at right here? Brandon, do you know? Being our geologist guy?
Rocks?
But aside from that, like how they got there, what type, anything interesting about them? Or is it just more rocks?
It can be both. Looks like a little debris field. Some basalt volcanic rock. Not sure what flow type they were seeing or anything like that on the last watch.
Kind of looks like a broken up sheet flow, but I'm not sure yet.
What characteristics do you look for in these kind of things?
How connected the rocks are, how dark they are, as well as like how flat they are. I'm not seeing any lobe-like forms.
Good. HV comp bumped up a PSI. HV
So
comp
that's why
is
my first
up a
impression is
PSI.
sheet flow, but we're only looking at, you know,
Rose 1 PSI
a few
from
meters of
previous
rock. So
gauge check.
When we start moving, it'll be a little bit more interesting.
So HV comp's at 5.5.
I also think we're seeing a cucumber.
What was that?
I think we're also seeing a cucumber.
How about now?
yeah.
Okay. I also think we're seeing a cucumber is kind of going in and out of the frame on the, more towards the bottom right.
Oh.
There it is.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Good eye.
Okay, that
Good
helps
eye.
with the scale.
Oh. It's either a tiny sea cucumber or a giant rock flow.
100.
100. Copy that. Thank you.
Yep.
There we are. Yep. Okay.
So Steve, what's the main difference from this expedition or this dive from the last dive?
So the major difference is that we're at a different site, different type of seamount. We're about 30 kilometers or so to the west, or 30 miles or so to the west.
We've changed viewpoints. Understood.
And we're at a seamount that's
Yep.
morphologically called a geo,
Okay.
has a flat top
I'll
to
let
it.
you know when I change
Whereas
views.
the last one was kind of, more of a peak or kind of loosely composed summit.
Roger that.
So this site has a bit of a shallower summit, possibly a carbonate cap up on top, and it's a different type of rock that might tell us something different about how the seamount was formed. But otherwise, biologically, we'll probably see much similar species in this part of the dive as we did in the deeper parts of the other part of our previous dive.
Do you think we're going to see more life, less life?
I think so far we've probably seen more, but it's just very preliminary, data at the moment. We just started climbing up from about 3,200 to about 3,000 meters or so, a little bit shallower. So I suspect we'll see more as we get up on top of the carbonate cap, but for the most part, will be pretty similar in density and diversity to the last site. But these differences are pretty important. Trying to understand, does feature type have an influence on diversity or abundance of animals? So this is a good comparison site.
So why is it, do you think, that there's going to be more life here? Is it because it's flatter, so there's more marine snow compiling? Is it, what characteristics makes you think there's going to be more?
It's the site is shallower. That's a major driver.
You know, at these depths, I don't think we'll see all that much difference from this site to the other, but as we get up above where we were yesterday at the end of the dive, around 1,800 meters or so, you know, we're expected to go to 1,400 today, there's a almost exponential increase in diversity and density at certain depths. And that's in part due to, you know, better quality food supply that suspension and filter feeders would rely on at those depths.
So is that why we're seeing like
you want me to go back to
these bigger sponges here?
Yeah, there's probably some good flow here. If you know, when we stop moving, you can usually see, you know, this particulate matter stream by. That's a good indicator of flow direction and you know, how much stuff there is in the water column, the marine snow. That's the primary food source for a lot of these animals.
Do you think we're going to see any more like living like fish and other smaller creatures at this kind of site?
Rare, but it's possible. Sometimes you see large squat lobsters this deep, but again, they're very rare. Rarely encountered fish, much the same. You might see cutthroat eels or halosars at this depth, but like we saw yesterday at the end of the dive, we were starting to see a lot of different types of species of fish, like the tripod fish and others. So it will typically get more diversity, gain more diversity as we move shallower. Let's see.
Okay, coming back around to 100 on Atalanta. Let's make that 120.
Persingid sea star there, that red star-shaped creature.
Yep.
So all we have so far are those two rocks, right?
Right.
No water yet, no, nothing else.
Do we collect any samples from last watch, or are we just an empty cage right now?
We have 2 samples.
Coming over to
2
140.
rocks.
It's an interesting little channel there.
What's interesting about it?
Well, just it's free from rocks. Kind of looks like a river channel, but
And sediment too, yeah.
yeah.
There's
Oh, wow.
can we rotate to the right just a tiny bit? Is this a rock over there?
Wind's up a little bit.